Out of all the players on the ABA all-time team, it seems like Donnie Freeman's name gets mentioned the least. Even though he's a 5-time All-Star, a 4-time All-ABA performer, and a champion, he's often been forgotten to time. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he had an extremely smooth offensive game, as he was such a great shooter as the contests really didn't bother his release. He could also post up and hit the turnaround all day or drive to the rim and get to the line at will. Even though the three-point line was available, he preferred to do his work in the mid-range. Donnie was more than just a scorer though, as he was a great rebounder for his position and he could play the point guard if you needed him to. After being sold to the Pacers in 1972, he accepted a bench role and he was able to contribute to a championship team. After the merger, he was a valuable bench piece for the Lakers, showing that he could compete at the NBA level, but he decided to retire after the season. Donnie pretty much played all of his career in the ABA, but it seems like he's forgotten as one of his greats. In today's video, we'll pay homage to his underrated career. This is PZ Hoops, and welcome to another episode of ABA Tales. Donnie was born on July 18, 1944 in Madison, Wisconsin. After making the All-State team as a senior at Madison High, he accepted a scholarship to the University of Illinois under coach Harry Combs. Donnie would join star big man Skip Thorne on a squad that was known for their offense. They started the season well at 9-3, but the Big Ten was a different beast, as the Fighting Illini finished the season at 13-11. Donnie averaged 14 points and 9.5 rebounds on 41% shooting. Illinois would improve a lot in 1964, as seniors Tao Brody and Bogey Redmond stepped up big time. With 5 players averaging double figures, the Illini dropped 92 points a game, which was 4th in the nation. They got big wins over number 2 UCLA, number 8 Kentucky, and number 2 Indiana. They were ranked as high as 6th, but while the 18-6 record wouldn't get them a tournament bid, it was a step in the right direction. Donnie continued to improve as a junior, averaging 18 points and 9.5 rebounds on 49% shooting. Although Illinois lost a lot of scoring to the NBA in graduation in 1965, Donnie would break out as the leader of the team, as future ABA player Rich Jones made his varsity debut. The loss of Skip hurt them, as their defense continued to suffer, although they got an upset win over number 9 Michigan. Donnie and Rich turned into one of the best duos in the nation, as Donnie would be named to the All-Big Ten first team. But Illinois finished 12-12, so there was no tournament for them. But Donnie's amazing senior year saw him average 28 points and 12 rebounds on 43% shooting. Donnie was drafted in the 3rd round of the 1966 NBA draft by the Sixers. Even though he played the 3 in college, at 6'3", he would be a guard in the pros. But with Philly having a deep rotation featuring Hal Greer, Wally Jones, Larry Costello, and Matt Guokas, Donnie didn't see a route to playing time, so he didn't play for the Sixers. But when the brand new ABA opened up in 1967, Donnie signed a contract with the Minnesota Muskies. The team had a great collection of young talent, with Donnie's college teammate Skip Thorne, an elite big man in Mel Daniels, and a solid forward in Les Hunter. Donnie would start immediately and he was scoring well, jumping 4 20-point games in November. He put up a season-high 32 points on December 14th against the Americans, followed by 30 a week later against the Buccaneers. Donnie had 17 20-point games and 3 games with double-digit rebounds. Since he was one of the top scorers on the second-best team in the league, Donnie joined Mel and Les in the All-Star game. Mel led the league in rebounding as a rookie and helped the Muskies finish with a 50-28 record. In his rookie season, Donnie averaged 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Minnesota faced the Colonels in the semifinals, as Donnie put up 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists in his playoff debut as the Muskies won. He shined in Game 2 with 30 points and 8 rebounds, but the Colonels tied the series. He would struggle over the next 3 games, but Minnesota won in 5 to advance to the division finals, facing Pittsburgh. Donnie would play well in this series, even dropping 23 in Game 5, but the Pipers won that one to eliminate Minnesota. Mel was traded to the Pacers in the offseason, so Donnie would take over as the lead guard and primary scorer, as the Minnesota Muskies were now the Miami Floridians. The absence of Mel also opened up an opportunity for Skip Thorne to start, as the college teammates would feed off of each other. On November 10th against Oakland, Donnie shot 12 for 31, but he dropped 29 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 assists. He dropped 37 points and grabbed a career-high 15 rebounds on January 15th against the Stars. A month later, he put up a season-high 44 points on 62% shooting against the Pipers, followed by 22 points and a career-high 19 assists on March 30th against the Pipers again. Donnie finished the season 9th in scoring, 2nd in assists, and 4th in field goal percentage, as he was again an All-Star, finishing 6th in MVP voting and being named to the All-ABA second team. A lot of Donnie's assists were going to Skip, as he would have the best season of his career, joining him in the All-Star game as well. Miami was a solid team all around, so he finished with a 43-35 record. Donnie averaged 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 6.5 assists as the Floridians faced the Minnesota Pipers. He lit it up in Game 1 with 33 points, 6 rebounds, and 11 assists as Miami won. He would average 22 points over the next 6 as Miami won a high-scoring Game 7. They faced the Pacers, who had the now MVP Mel Daniels, and they were a very complete team. After a 1-for-8 showing in Game 1, Donnie put up 3 more 20-point games in the series, but Indiana was just the better team, and they won in 5. The team looked a lot different in 1969, with newcomers George Lehman, Don Seidel, Will Jones, Larry Canyon, and Simi Hill. But there was a lot of dysfunction, as 22 different guys suited up this year. With all the chaos around him, the coach asked Donnie to shoot as much as he could. This would lead to the best season of his career. He was averaging 22 points on 48% shooting in the first 20 games. As he went crazy in December, he dropped 43 points on the 11th against New York, 45 3 days later against Dallas, 46, 5, and 7 a week later against Carolina, followed by a career-high 48 points on 52% shooting against Dallas a week after that. He even recorded his only triple-double on April 8th against Washington with 32 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. Donnie had another All-Star and All-ABA season, but the team went through 2 head coaches, and they couldn't do anything right, finishing 23-61. Donnie's career year saw him average 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Donnie was traded to the Utah Stars in the offseason for Matt Calvin and Tom Washington. Utah was a great all-around team, so he started at the 2 besides Merv Jackson. Donnie dropped 27 points and 6 rebounds on 11 of 16 shooting in the Stars' debut, along with 39-9 against Florida and 44-12 against Indiana. The Stars were rolling, starting out 19-5, but Donnie would be traded again, this time to the Texas Chaparrals for Ron Boone and Glenn Combs. Texas was a lot worse than Utah, so Donnie had to do some heavy lifting. In the second game with the team, he dropped 37, 7, and 5 on 12 of 20 shooting. He picked it up in March, averaging 24 points on 48% shooting as the Chaparrals went 9-7 to save their playoff hopes, as their 30-54 record earned them a tiebreaker game with the Denver Rockets. Between the two teams, Donnie averaged 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. He went off in the tiebreaker, dropping 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists on 54% shooting, as they survived 17 points, 23 rebounds, and 3 blocks from Julius Key to move on and face the team Donnie was traded from mid-season. He did all he could in this series, even dropping 30 in Game 3, but Utah swept them pretty easily. Steve and Rich Jones joined the team in 1971, as the Chaparrals now had a nice scoring trio. Donnie dropped 33 points in the season opener, going 15 for 15 from the foul line. He put up a season-high 41 points and 5 rebounds on February 4th against Denver. Donnie finished 9th in scoring and 16th in free throw percentage, as he was named to his only All-ABA first team. But Dallas didn't have much of a supporting cast, as outside of the trio, Joe Hamilton was the only player that averaged double figures. They ran the slowest pace, so they allowed the fewest points, and their 42-42 record was enough for a semifinal matchup with Utah. Donnie averaged 24 points, 3 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Texas was clearly outmatched, but Donnie would go out swinging, dropping 36 in Game 2 and 30 in Game 4, but the Chaparrals were swept again. Donnie was traded again in the offseason, this time to the Pacers for Marv Winkler. His role would change on the Pacers team that was looking to repeat as champions. He would take more of a secondary scoring role to McGinnis and Daniels. The pressure wasn't on him to shoot so much, so there was an adjustment period, but Donnie eventually figured it out, dropping 30 points on 13 of 17 shooting on December 2nd against Utah. He dropped 35 points and 5 rebounds on January 31st against Utah again, followed by a near triple-double against Memphis on Valentine's Day, with 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. The Pacers were one of the best teams in the league, finishing 51-33, as Donnie averaged 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. He struggled a bit in the semifinals against Denver, but he dropped 30 points on 14 of 21 shooting in Game 6 to help the Pacers advance and face the Stars in the division finals. Donnie had a much better series, as he averaged 23 points on 50% shooting to help the Pacers win in 6. They made the ABA finals, facing the Kentucky Colonels with a chance to repeat. Donnie was pretty cold in the finals, averaging just 10 points on 33% shooting, but his teammates picked up the slack to win Game 7, securing their second straight title and Donnie's first. The Pacers ran it back as they attempted the three-peat. Donnie would have the same starting role, as he put up 31 points on November 6th against Memphis. He also showed that he can contribute on the defensive end, dropping 19 points along with 2 steals and 2 blocks on the 20th against Utah. His season high came on January 27th against Virginia with 35 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. The Pacers finished 46-38 behind a strong defense, as Donnie averaged 14 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. He only played in 1 game in the semifinals against the Spurs, but the Pacers won Game 7 to face the Stars in the division finals. He had 3 games with double figures, but the Pacers were beaten in 7, and their three-peat hopes were gone. Donnie was traded to the Spurs in the offseason for a draft pick and cash. He started at the 2 alongside James Silas, and he continued to score at a high level. He dropped 28 points on the Spirits, 29 on the Pacers, and back-to-back 20-point games to close out the season. All the starters averaged over 15 points as Donnie finished 9th in free throw percentage. The Spurs went through 2 coaches, but they finished 51-33. Donnie averaged 16 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists as the Spurs faced the Pacers in the semifinals. Donnie started out the series with 3 double-figure scoring games, but Indiana was too much for them, and they won the series in 6 games. The Spurs released Donnie before the merger, and he would sign with the Lakers. As this was also Kareem's first year in LA, Donnie would come off the bench behind Gail Goodrich, and he would show that he could produce against NBA talent. He dropped 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a career-high 4 steals on November 8th against Golden State, 25 points on 9 of 17 shooting on the 21st against Milwaukee, and 23, 5, and 5 on February 22nd against Seattle. Donnie was the second leading bench scorer on the team, but Kareem carried this Lakers squad, leading the league in minutes, rebounds, blocks, and triple-doubles, winning his 4th MVP. But outside of him, the Lakers were terrible defensively, as they finished at 40-42, an improvement from last season, but not enough to make the playoffs. Donnie averaged 11 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists, as he was waived by the Lakers before the start of the 1976 season. Donnie would retire after this, as he would go into a career in banking. His son would attend Rice University on a tennis scholarship, as Donnie later moved to Nebraska, where he currently lives. Donnie Freeman was one of the best players in ABA history. His sweet shooting touch allowed him to score in multiple ways. He could shoot off the dribble, off the catch, from the post, or drive to the rim and draw a foul. He could also rebound well for his position, and he was a combo guard, so he can run your offense if need be. Among the all-time ABA lists, he ranked 7th in points, 13th in assists, 3rd in free throws, and 10th in minutes played. Donnie is rightfully on the ABA all-time team, but I think he should have some Hall of Fame consideration as well. Thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate y'all. I've always seen Donnie Freeman every time I did these ABA videos, and I'm like, this dude has always been a consistent scorer. And I watch the footage, he plays kind of like CJ McCollum, Bradley Beal in the mid-range, like he's just trying to get all these weird angles. He's doing like reverse spin pivot jumpers, like he's leaning, like, but he's scoring, man, he's scoring great. And the fact that the 3-point line was there, like he did all his work in the mid-range makes it even like better. Like just seeing somebody consistently hit that 15-foot to 18-foot jump shot is just so nice, man. He was so automatic from mid-range that like, I really feel like he could have easily taken some more threes. He would have scored more points if he really wanted to shoot some more threes. I think he could have, but I guess it just wasn't his game. But man, Donnie was a great scorer, man. He's an excellent scorer. He's an excellent player in general. Like he was more than just a scorer. Like he was a great rebounder for a guard. He was a really good rebounder, and he could pass. So he can do a lot of things. He wasn't just a shooter, wasn't just a shot chucker. He was a great player all around. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you guys. I really appreciate y'all. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you're to my channel. Turn my post notifications on if you haven't already. Thank you. Please be safe. I'm out. Peace.